My dear children, welcome to my civics class. Today, in my class, we will discuss about the chapter 1 of civics class 9 ICSE, our constitution. This is the very basic chapter giving to the very basic details about how the constitution came into existence. What was the kind of factors, the environment that went into the making of the constitution of India. Now we will discuss our constitution. Our constitution, India became independent on 15th of August 1947 from the British colonial government. Even before the British left the Indian soil, our leaders, freedom fighters who had begun working on framing a constitution, which came into force on 26 January 1950. So this day, that is 26 January, was a red letter day in the history of our country of India. On 26 January, our country, on 26 January 1950, our country, India, adopted a constitution and became a republic. Then next to discuss about the part of our constitution, that is what is the definition of the constitution. Definition of the constitution. Constitution is nothing, a set of rules and regulations according to which a country is governed, or according to which a nation runs smoothly and systematically. Or we can say it is a comprehensive legal document that enshrines the basic law to govern a country systematically. Our constitution is considered the fundamental law of the land. The constitution of our country deals with several important issues, such as the form of government that governs the nation, the powers and functions of the three wings of the government, the legislative, the executive and the judiciary. Then the rights and duties of the citizen of our country. Suppose when we are living in one nation and when we will run under the control of a system, that is rules and regulations by the constitution, so many duties are there. So many fundamental, we are getting so many numbers of fundamental rights as well as numbers of duties towards the nation. Now, next we will discuss need for a constitution. Here it is clearly given, a constitution is very important for a variety of reasons to run one nation, a piece of land. It helps in establishing the rule of law. It establishes the extent and the limit of the powers of the government. It is clearly written, clearly mentioned of different levels of government, what is their power. It helps in protecting the rights of individual. Because of we are the right citizen of India, every citizen having some fundamental rights, and our constitutions protecting us, so that we will getting this importance, getting this benefit from that fundamental rights. It generates a degree of trust that is necessary for different kinds of people to live together, so that we will maintain good relation with each other, and we are able to establish or fulfill the dual objectives of the nation, safeguard and unity among the people in our country. Then next, enactment of the Indian Constitution. The Constituent Assembly was constituted in 1946, whose members were to be elected indirectly by the Provincial Legislative Assembly, that is lower house, under under the cabinet mission plan in the year held in the year 1946 in the month of July. The cabinet mission plan during this time came from the British, from the London. The members were Lord Patrick Lawrence, Sir Stafford Cripps and A.V. Alexander, the eminent personalities and well known on the issues of this constitutional system. The constituent unit, the constituent assembly of undivided India consisted 385 members, out of which 292 members are elected and 93 members nominated by the princely states by their rulers of respective states. Now, next we will discuss formation of the Constituent Assembly. Timeline of events, that is 16th May 1946, the Cabinet Mission put forward its own proposal, one of them being the formation of the Constituent Assembly. 9th December 1946, first meeting of Constituent Assembly was held under the presidency of Dr. Sachidananda Sinha, who was the first president of our Constituent Assembly. After 2 days, on 11th December 1946, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, who was elected as the permanent president of our Constituent Assembly, till last 29th August 1949, drafting committee was constituted under the chairmanship of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Baba Saheb Ambedkar. 26th November 1949, the constitution was adopted, and finally 26th January 1950, the constitution came into force in our country. During 11th December 1946, when this Rajendra Prasad was elected as the permanent president of the Constituent Assembly, during this time Muslim League boycotted the Constituent Assembly to demand of two nations theory concept after separation of India, two nations theory or concept in which they demanded separate country, separate nation. After separation of India, the number of members, the Constituent Assembly of India, stood to 299 against the original number of 385 members. Of these, 284 were actually present on November 26, 1949, when the Constitution was adopted by the Constituent Assembly. Then we will come, that is composition of the Constituent Assembly. Composition of the Constituent Assembly, the members of the Constituent Assembly represented different sections of the society, because in our country different groups of people are living. With this regard, it is said to be the unity in diversity, the special feature of our democratic country. So, the members of this Constituent Assembly from the different groups, from the different sections of the society represented in this Constituent Assembly, among them from the Christian Society, Dr. H.C. Mukherjee and Joseph D'Souza. Parsis, Dr. H.P. Modi and R.K. Sidhwa. From the Anglo-Indian community, Dr. Frank Anthony and Mr. S.H. Prater. From the Sikh community, Sardar Hukum Singh and Vijral Singh. Women representatives in our Constituent Assembly represented by Sarojini Naidu and Vijaya Lakshmi Pandit. From the Indian Muslim community, Jafar Imam and Muhammad Sadullah. Depressed class, Dr. Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar, Baba Saheb Ambedkar, who was said to be the chairman of our drafting committee of Indian Constitution. and some other eminent and eminent members are Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, and so many other figures. Now we will discuss about the objectives resolution. We know this objective resolution plays an important role during the formation of our constitution. The Constituent Assembly started the drafting of the constitution with a greater force in 1947. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru proposed the objective resolution on 13th December 1946, which explained the aims of the constitution. Actually, the objective resolution was passed on 22nd January 1947 by the Constituent Assembly. A few main features or principles of the objective resolutions were: India is to be an independent sovereign republic. Everybody knows sovereign republic, that means irrespective of people, same, getting equal respect, equal opportunities according to our constitution. Guarantee of justice based upon social, economic and political equality. The republic would grant fundamental rights of citizens, equality of opportunity and equality before law, and the state would safeguard the rights of minorities and backward classes. Now we will discuss about the drafting committee of Indian Constitution or the Constitution of India. The Constituent Assembly set up 8 different committees to look into the various issues of the Constitution. The drafting committee is one of the most important among them. The drafting committee, under the chairmanship of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Bhimrao Ambedkar, or we can say under the chairmanship of Baba Saheb Ambedkar, was set up on August 29, 1947 with 7 members in his committee and was entrusted with the task of drafting the constitution. Next we will discuss the role of Dr. Ambedkar's or the contribution of Ambedkar's to the Indian Constitution. Dr. Ambedkar, popularly known as Baba Saheb, who was one of the real architect of the Indian Constitution. Baba Saheb was an eminent jurist, very good economist, very good politician, as well as one reputed social reformer during this time. When Dr. Ambedkar prepared this drafting of our constitution, he was given emphasis on the following: like freedom of religion of the citizens of our country. When we are living in an independent nation and in a democratic country, every people having the rights to celebrate their festival, celebrate according to their religion, and getting equal respect and equal opportunities by the government, by the system of constitution of our country. The abolition of untouchability, social rights for women, getting good position in the society, equal aspects, equal opportunities, like equal wages act passed during this time, and a system of reservation of jobs in the government services for the Dalits, that is the members of scheduled caste and scheduled tribe people. In order to shape India into a complete sovereign democratic republic in which liberty and dignity is ensured along with the national integrity, Dr. Ambedkar incorporated the following principles in the Constitution of India. Here, making the Indian Constitution workable, flexible and strong enough to hold the country together both in peace and in war. Also at the same time providing special safeguards to the minorities and certain classes who are socially and educationally backward, along with incorporating the right to constitutional remedies to ensure that the fundamental rights of the individuals are not infringed by the center or the state government. Number 4, single citizenship, single judiciary and uniformity in fundamental laws to integrate Indian society. Therefore, he proposed a strong center to maintain territorial integrity and administrative discipline. And the last one, incorporating directive principles to ensure social and economic democracy and welfare of the people of India. Now we will come to the next, that is readings. The draft of the Constitution of India was discussed by the Constituent Assembly since 4th November 1948. A second reading of the draft was completed by 17th October 1949 and the third and the final reading took place to give the Constitution a final shape in 26th November 1949. Time taken. The Constitution of India took about 2 years, 11 months and 18 days for completion. Our Constitution is the lengthiest Constitution in the world. At the time, the Constitution consisted of 395 articles and 12 schedules. At present, the Constitution of India has 448 articles in 25 parts and 12 schedules by 2019. Now, implementation of the Constitution. The Constitution was adopted and passed by the Constituent Assembly on 26th November 1949 and the Constitution as a whole came into force with effect from 26th January 1950. After that, C. Rajgopalachari, Rajaji became the Governor General who replaced to Lord Mountbatten, the last Viceroy of British India. Dr. Rajendra Prasad, who was the President of the Constituent Assembly, took over as the President of the Indian Union till 1962, and during this time, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru was the first Prime Minister of India when India achieved independence. Then the most important point here, significance of 26th January. 26th January in our history, Indian history. 26th January. We know it was to commemorate the historical place of Purna Swaraj by the Congress at its Lahore session in the year 1929, which was held under the presidency of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. The annual session of Indian National Congress was held during this time under the presidency of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. The subsequent declaration of complete independence or Purna Swaraj, along with to celebrate, and the day was celebrated as Independence Day on 26th January 1930 till it will be celebrated as Independence Day up to 1947. And after getting independence from the British rule in 15th August 1947, this January 26th was designated as the Republic Day, and from that day, from 1947, we will celebrate this day as our Republic Day. Okay, my children, here I conclude today's class and hope that you have understood the formation and composition of the Constituent Assembly, the objective resolution, role of objective resolution in the formation during the drafting of our Constitution by the Constituent Assembly, the role of Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar in the formation of the Constitution of India, and the importance or the significance of the 26th January in our country. Before concluding my class, I would like to give you an assessment. But before to do this assessment, you should read the chapter carefully and sincerely 2 to 3 times. Now, the assessment. Question number 1. What is a constitution? Why do we need a constitution? Question number 2. What is known as the objective resolution? Number 3. Name the 3 members of the cabinet mission. Number 4. When was the Constituent Assembly established? How was it formed? Number 5. How many members were there in the Constituent Assembly? And the last question, when was the drafting committee formed? Who was its chairman? Thank you.